Hey guys, so this exercise is, for some people known as a bird dog, but essentially we're going to be on our hands and knees, and it's a great way to start rehabbing or continuing to rehab back, shoulder, hip or neck injuries. So if any of this sounds relevant to you, then give us a watch and give it a go. So what you need is something that you can stack up, whether it's a short foam roller or like a big shoebox or even a couple yoga blocks like this, or even maybe a stack of pillows. You just want something to be able to provide you some feedback, or you've got a mirror to check things out. So what you're trying to do to begin with is just come onto your hands and knees. So while you're in this position, what you're going to think about is pushing the earth away from you. So for many of you, you might be slouching down into this position and hugging your ears with your shoulders. And we're not saying that that's a bad position, but you're quite comfortable there. So can we take you into a position that you're not comfortable? And that might be a pushing the earth away. And if you're not sure what that feels like, because maybe you haven't been there in a while, this is where the yoga block stuff comes in handy. So if I drop that under my chest, what I'm encouraging is to not let my chest touch the blocks. I'm pushing away from the blocks. Otherwise, I could be thinking about, like I said, pushing the earth away. With my knees, I'm not too worried about specific positioning, but I do like them to be, somewhat under my hips to start with. But in the future, it's not a big deal because I might take myself out into here. Now, that's a bit of a harder version because it requires a little more tension. And back into here becomes a little bit of a different exercise as well. So maybe you start off somewhere here. And to add a little bit challenge to it, you could make your knees wider than your hands. So what that looks like is my hands are here and my knees are wider. And that's just going to add a little bit more challenge to stability. For some of you, you might find that this hurts your wrist. Again, yoga blocks come in handy. Some of you, it's just tight finger muscles. So by draping my fingers over the edge of the block here, now I take the stretch off those finger muscles, and now I'm able to do a little bit more flexibility through the wrist and take some stress off them. So if that's feeling like, that's just too easy, not too much, you could reduce the height of that drop even to the edge of the mat, or you could roll up the mat and just take, even just that little bit of tension can make the difference sometimes. As you get better at pushing the earth away, that in and of itself will reduce load through the wrists and encourage the load to go a little bit more through your shoulder blades. So you've got your setup, you're here, and now we need to challenge it. So the challenge is quite simple. You just raise your arm off the ground, or you raise a leg off the ground. So now my tummy muscles are having to stop me from falling over. Now there's other things involved as well, like my back. We're not too worried about specific muscles, but just by the act of not falling over and stopping myself, things are just going to kick in, and you'll get better at that over time. By adding in the challenge of things like pushing the earth away, can I maintain that effort of pushing the earth away while I also balance instead of sinking back down into here? With the head, say if you've got some neck trouble that you've had, if we think about the mechanics of the head and the neck, if my head is down into here, what's going to be happening is I'm going to be rotating at different levels of my neck, as opposed to if I was up here, now I'm rotating at other levels of my neck. So again, we're looking at, can you do both? Not that one is worse than the other. So what I like as a cue is, again, to have something in front of the face and just think about pulling the face away from what's in front of you. Other people might connect a little bit better with the cue of thinking about, there's something smelly in front of me and I'm trying to pull away from it. That would be the same thing as well. So then the challenge becomes, if I pull my head away, can I keep my head there as I challenge some stability through here? Other options are to put something onto your back while, again, I'm maintaining that push away and pick it up and down. Again, no wrong or right way. You're just trying to set yourself up in a particular way and then challenge yourself. Adding rotation as well through the neck can be nice. So I'm pulling away and then I'm looking left, right, forward, And maybe I'll go down here as well and look left, right, and forward, and just making sure that as I explore all the potential ranges that my joints are capable of, that I have the ability to do so without pain and with some endurance and being able to multitask. Multitask being doing at least 2 or more things at once. So give this a go. Timers and duration and all that kind of information will be in through the blog post or the article, and see if you like it. If it's too hard, maybe you regress down to like a knee plank or maybe a dead bug. If it's too easy, then we've got some other things coming up. If you like this video, then please hit like below. Otherwise, to check out more of our content in the future, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking our logo over here. And to check out our latest video, click up here.